You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, we have got your weekly promo breakdown and scenes. It is Christmas in Salem, and Sarah is being recruited for the naughty list by her husband, Xander, and Jack Deveraux is making an amazing big move that's going to shock some people. Plus, one couple rekindles as another seems doomed to fall apart. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I'll take you through what's happening, what day, show you scenes from the promo, clips, and other juicy spoilers. If you're not subscribed, please click that button. Now let's get into it. So just right off the bat, I want to say first, the entire promo only covers 3 episodes of Days next week, just based on the official spoilers and past year holiday episodes, the way they do things. So I'm taking things in the order that we're going to see. I don't think any of this is happening on Monday. So the first scene we have is Philip Kiriakis asking Stephanie Johnson out on an official date. I expect this probably happens on Tuesday the 24th because that's the only day we have spoilers for both Philip and Stephanie, even though neither of the spoilers have them listed together. On Tuesday, Philip is talking to Alex to clear the air. If you remember, Alex wanted him to drop his lawsuit against Xander, and Philip refused. So hopefully they are just smoothing things over so the family can move forward in peace. Also on Tuesday, Kayla is worried about Stephanie, but she may be talking to Steve about their daughter and not necessarily to Stephanie. And then Philip runs into Stephanie in the square, and we've got this scene of them next week. Check it out.
Maybe you'd be interested in going out with me.
They already shared a kiss after his successful day in court, and they're going to have a date soon, and then a whole lot more because there is a steamy, rekindled romance starting between Stephanie and Philip now that she thinks Alex is hooking up with Joy Wesley, and she's not allowed to date him because of work rules anyway. All right, now let's get into the action coming, and this is where it gets kind of weird. So it's Christmas Eve in Salem, but that episode shows on Christmas Day for all of us out in the real world. The Peacock soap opera is a day behind us in real time in Christmas week for some bizarre reason. I don't know why they're doing that. So it is time for the annual Horton family get together. Julie is telling Doug 3 that tonight he's part of this family tradition. Check out that scene.
Tonight, you're going to be part of this wonderful Horton family tradition.
And in addition to jewelry thieving criminal Dougie III, we've got the usual cast of Horton characters. We've got Maggie Horton, we've got Jack Deveraux, Jennifer Horton, Shawn Brady, J.J. Deveraux, and Holly Jonas are there, among others I'll tell you about in a second. So Julie is telling Doug 3 the meaning of Christmas for the Horton family and tells him what it's about. Take a look at that.
It's about coming home, the place where we all begin.
I'm really hoping that Doug 3 may change his mind about fencing the necklace, but it looks like it may be a close call because spoilers for Friday, December 27th say that Leo helps out Doug 3. I hope helping out doesn't mean selling. I hope rather than selling it, maybe Leo figures out a way to get it back to Julie to alleviate the guilt that Doug 3 is feeling about betraying his newfound family without anyone knowing that Dougie was ever involved. But, you know, if Leo does it that way, then that will leave Doug 3 in danger from whoever he owes all that money to. And then we have another spoiler for Wednesday, the 25th episode where Julie questions Doug 3. And I wonder if she pokes around to see if Jennifer's suspicions that he might have stolen the necklace are true. Julie doesn't think it's possible, but Jen reminded her that Hope Brady was also quite suspicious of the new Doug in town. Also at the Horton house for the annual holiday gathering, we've got Xander, Sarah, and little Victoria on hand. I just love how they've pulled Xander into the family because Maggie and Sarah adore him, and it's really nice to see Victoria. We hardly ever get a glimpse of her. She's always napping or in a stroller covered with a blanket, you know. And in this next clip, Maggie talks about hanging the Horton ornaments as Xander and Sarah show Victoria her ornament. Check it out.
Hanging of the Horton ornaments.
The little girl is completely mesmerized by the lights on that tree. And in what can only be called a Christmas miracle in Salem, Jack Deveraux decides to bury the hatchet and offers Xander a handshake, calling him old friend. Maggie and Jen are stunned and, of course, not one to settle for a handshake. Xander gives Jack a big ol' bro hug. He's so happy that he's been forgiven. Check out that great scene here.
Merry Christmas, old friend. Merry Christmas.
And you know, things have been heading in a better direction for Xander and Jack since Xander gave Jack back his half of the Salem Spectator newspaper. If you remember, Xander and Gwen blackmailed the paper out of Jack's hands after Jen fell off the opioid wagon and ran down Gwen with her car. And now Jack has Xander's half and Chad bought Gwen's half. And speaking of Chad, he's not in the promo, but surely he's there with Abby's family, right? I haven't seen him in any of the pictures or anything, but it'd be kind of strange if he wasn't. So we'll see how they explain it if he's not. The next scene that I believe happens after the Horton get together. I think that because Holly's in the same outfit that she wore over to the Horton house. So she meets her boyfriend for something fun. Tate has the Brady pub all to themselves for a private event, and that event is Holly's birthday. He's even got a big birthday banner up, and he's telling her surprise. But here's what's strange. If you don't remember, if I have my history correct, Holly was born on December 21st, and this happens on the episode airing December 25th, which in Salem time is December 24th. So it's still a 3-day gap between when he's doing this and her birthday, and it just bugs me when they get things off like that. Hopefully Tate will say happy belated birthday, but he's got no excuse for it to be belated because he's been seeing her constantly, and it bothers me when they think fans don't know history and they can get away with stuff like this. So nobody else is at Brady Pub, just him and Holly. He has gifts, and she shows up with some gifts too, and Tate tells Holly that he loves her. Here's that clip.
Surprise! I love you.
But at the same time, Tate is also sitting on a huge secret that he apparently knocked up Sophia Choi, who wants an abortion. Speaking of factual inaccuracies, Salem is in Illinois, and no, there is not a law that requires parental consent there. I know Days is trying to be all political and topical, but factual accuracy is important. There was a law like that, but it was repealed in 2022. Even with the 8-month gap, that law was repealed 2.5 years ago. So that's bothersome as well, that they're not being accurate. Sophia could literally walk to the local clinic and schedule the procedure, and her mother would never need to know. Anyway, that is a huge secret to keep from Holly, but Tate promised Sophia that he would. All right, another event happening post-party is Xander telling Sarah he wants to get her onto Santa's naughty list, and he takes her to bed. I cannot show you that clip because YouTube doesn't like showing skin and sexy stuff, so I got a couple of censored screenshots for you. Enjoy the Christmas theme to those being censored. And we also have a scene in the promo with Abe and smiling Paulina, and he wants to know who wants to open presents. And Carver, who's in Eli's arms, shouts, "Me." Lonnie is holding Jules. Check out all the cuteness right here.
Who wants to open presents?
Brady brings a present for Rachel to the DeMera mansion, and later he has a big comforting hug for Marlena. And Doc tells Brady that she's really missing John. He's still on his ISA mission, but of course, we all know this is a sad storyline set up for John Black's death since Drake Hogestyn passed away. And in the very last scene, Eli, Lonnie, the twins, Paulina, and Kayla are at the hospital to visit sick kids. This is usually on Christmas Day in Salem, so probably on the Thursday, December 26th episode. Paulina usually reads the Christmas story to the tots, but they've been getting kind of stingier and stingier and not really showing us much of that scene in recent years. I'm guessing it cost a lot to have that many kids on set, for more than just a few minutes. And that's next week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.